Yeah, I was asking her if she wants any veggies for the garden.
5 stars on Goodreads. I would definitely. Hi everyone. My sister and I are doing. We're not gonna do a 24-hour readathon because that's a lot of dedication, but we're gonna do a 12-hour readathon. So I thought I would vlog it because I really want to finish a lot of books while I'm home. She doesn't want to vlog because she got her wisdom teeth out and her face is really swollen. So I think it's mostly just gonna be me. But anyway, I want to update you on the 3 books that I'm currently reading. I think I've been reading the longest is actually this Ghost in the Shell edition. It has maybe like 7 or 8. I think it looks like 7 volumes. I've read 3. This is obviously like pretty easy reading, although there are a lot of like footnotes and like little extra things in here. I think because it is translated from the Japanese, so there's a lot of footnotes from the translator about like in Japanese this has kind of a different connotation, like etc., stuff like that. So it's actually really interesting, but yeah, not as easy to read as a typical like graphic novel or manga. I took a class a couple years ago actually about digital media and dystopia, so it's cool to see like kind of some of those ideas in a book, because in that class we mostly watched films. Anyways, so that one I think I could finish. I've also been reading Sunburn. I'm about halfway through. This one is, I don't know, it's pretty good. It's kind of slow, more descriptive, but I really enjoy like reading and hearing Irish slang. I don't know, especially it reminds me of Dairy Girls a lot, just because of the slang that's used. Let's see. I'm on page 138 out of like 275 pages. So yeah, I only have like 130 pages of this. I could definitely finish it. And then my last thing that I'm like actively currently reading is this Star Wars Jedi Trial. It's a Clone Wars novel. It takes place between episodes 2 and 3. I'm just 100 pages in out of like 330 pages. Anakin is really the only character from the main movies that's present in here, so yeah, it's kind of just fun. So those are the things that I'm like actively currently reading. If I was gonna pick something else up, I want to try to finish maybe some of the shorter or more like unorthodox, like non-traditionally written books that I have here. So I'm thinking like maybe I have a copy of The Glass Castle that I haven't read yet. That's pretty short. I have a book called House Fires that I think is kind of a non-traditional format that I would maybe consider reading. I do also have the last young adult book I think on my shelves that I have not read yet is Raybearer, which I've heard really good things about. So I might try to read that while I'm home because it's a young adult and I don't know if I'd want to bring that with me when I move. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So these 3 for sure to start, and then we'll see what I end up reading after that. So it's 10:30. I think we're planning to start our readathon at 11, or maybe we'll start it right now if we are ready to start reading. I don't know, but yeah, those are the reading plans to start. Oh. Okay. we're filming a vlog update. Do you want to join us? It is, we started reading at 11 and it is almost 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I finished my first book that I was in the middle of, which was Sunburn. It was good. You're like staring into the distance. It wasn't as good as I thought that it was gonna be, I think, but it was a good like coming of age story. There were some good lines. I would give it like 3.5. I gave it 3 stars on Goodreads. So yeah, that's what I've been reading. So first book done. Tula.
The one that I started today at 11 for the readathon was All the Young Dudes, aka fan fiction. Yeah, I got 95 pages into it.
Next thing that I'm gonna probably try to finish is the Star Wars Jedi Trial, which I already talked about in the intro. Because I have like 230 pages, but it's really little, so it goes really fast. And I also, while we were reading, new book acquisition of Dark Plagueis Star Wars. I want to read more of the Star Wars ones. And Dark Plagueis was Emperor Palpatine's Sith Lord. So yeah, it's a really good floppy paperback too.
My other book that I have been reading is Throne of Glass. This is my 6th reread of the series.
6th? I've never read a single Sarah J. Maas book ever.
I've read every single one except for the 3rd Crescent City book.
How many books does she have?
Sarah J. Maas?
A lot.
Yeah, there's like 8 in this series. Then there's 6 in the ACOTAR series and 3 Crescent City books. Okay, are we done?
Yeah. Very low energy update.
Hopper. Yeah, I was asking her if she wants any veggies for the garden. Somewhere over there.
Behind?
Yeah, go like over there for Tula. Obstacle. Not even close.
Hello everyone. I'm back with another reading update. It's been like 3 days since we did the 12-hour readathon, but I finished one of the books that I was reading during that, and I forget where I put it. Here it is. I finished the The same day that I finished Sunburn, I finished Jedi Trial. This one was okay. The dialogue was a little bit stilted, and I think that there were a lot, kind of some like turns of phrases that I don't think would or should be used in the Star Wars universe necessarily. Like, there was one point when one of the generals said, like, hop to it, which just doesn't sound very Star Wars to me. And there was one point when someone was described as, like, athletic man coming in from a hike or something like that, and that also just didn't seem very Star Wars accurate to me. But it was kind of fun to get like a little bit of Anakin. I mean, obviously that's why I picked up the book mostly. Yeah, a little bit of Anakin, a little bit of Palpatine. Yeah, it was written literally by a Marine and an Army men, so it was obviously mostly focused on the military aspects, but yeah, it was still fun. I think I gave it 3 stars. Yeah, a solid 3 stars. And then just this morning, I started reading The Glass Castle, I think 2 days ago, and I finished it this morning. So I read it in like 3 days. This one I gave 5 stars. This was a really, really good memoir. Reminded me a lot of Education. I want to say it's by Tara Westover. Is that correct? Yeah, this is about Jeanette Walls, the author, and mostly her childhood, dealing with her parents who are both, I guess I would say, hard to deal with and toxic in very different ways. I mean, it starts when the author is a young girl. Like, we literally start out when she's 3. So I think the writing style kind of reflects that a lot. It's very like simple and like tell it how it is. And I kind of enjoyed actually reading like how people spoke among her family, but also especially the part when they moved back to her father's hometown, which is in West Virginia. Some of the language kind of reminded me of things I would hear people saying around here, so I kind of enjoyed that. But yeah, this was really good. I would highly recommend this to anyone who's been thinking about reading it. I kind of want to pick up something else that I know is going to be like a fast read. I have this, which I maybe mentioned in the intro, House Fires, which I found at Goodwill. It looks like, oh, interesting. Okay, in here looks like it's essays and poems also, and some like photography. Otherwise, I have also been thinking about this one, Supermarket. This is a psychological thriller that takes place at a supermarket. This one is also really short. I might actually go with this one next because it's pretty short and I don't read a lot of thrillers. Okay, this one though, I do want to read soon because I'm really intrigued by it. The other thing I wanted to say is that I got a Lectern. It's a soft cover blank page journal just yesterday because I really want to start like junk journaling or kind of scrapbook journaling again, which I kind of used to do. My old bullet journals are right behind me. I haven't bullet journaled in like a few years, but I think that's kind of something that I want to start doing again. So I got a new journal. I'm probably gonna open it and maybe do a few pages soon just to get back into it and get it started. So I'll probably try to film some of that to show you guys because I really miss like having a creative outlet. I'm not sure if I feel like I have one anymore. So I'll maybe start reading this tonight. I feel like when I start a book, I always want to have one day where I read like 40 or 50 pages right away. Because once I get into it a little bit, like 50 pages, then it normally feels easier to continue when I have kind of a grasp on the story. So I think I will probably try to start that soon. Yeah. Windshield is filthy.
Dad, watch this.
It's a video.
7. That's all you're gonna get. I don't know what. I'll try that. That's mine too? Yeah. Oh, whoopee.
Grandma?
Yeah.
That's the top.
I used to have a skirt like that.
Hello everyone. I don't remember the last time I updated the vlog. I think it was over a week ago. And I also cannot remember what I said I was going to read because I know that I picked out, I think it was Supermarket. I picked the book with the red cover and I said that I was going to read it. And I started that book and decided that I didn't love the writing. It felt a little bit too obvious isn't the word I'm looking for, but everything was like explained very plainly in a way that felt like we were like, that the author was explaining things instead of just kind of showing us. So anyway, I didn't really appreciate the writing on that one. I decided to DNF it and I put it in my book donation pile that I want to get donated before I move. And then I started a book that I think I maybe talked about on here, House Fires. Also started that book. It was like a kind of photography, poetry, essay collection. I read a couple of the essays and a few of the poems and I wasn't really in the mood to read that either. And it kind of felt like it was covering ground that I've like read about a lot before. So I also DNF'd that one. What I did end up reading and finishing a couple days ago was Soviet Milk, which is one of the books that I bought on my bookstore crawl with my sister before I left New York. This is like a little, it's like 200 pages by a Latvian author, and it's about like a mother and daughter during the Cold War, I guess, before the fall of the Berlin Wall. And we go back and forth between when the mother was younger and the daughter's point of view in the present time. And the mother is really struggling with depression because they live in a Soviet country when the Soviet Union was still together, I guess. There's obviously a lot of censorship, a lot of control over people's lives. So the mother kind of didn't really get to do, she got an opportunity to study as a doctor at like a better university or hospital, I guess, and she had that taken away from her because of something that she did, and she's kind of banished to the countryside. Yeah, we see her deal with that, and then the daughter deal with growing up in school with like basically not really having the ability to express herself the way she wants because of the regime. So yeah, I really liked it though. I really liked the writing. It is translated from the Latvian. The author is Nora Ixtina and the translator is Margita Gailidis. I definitely pronounced that wrong, but really good work by the translator, I think. I really enjoyed how the writing was. So yeah, I think I might have given this 5 stars on Goodreads. I would definitely give it like at least 4.5. I really enjoyed it. And then the book that I have most recently been reading, although I'm only 12 pages in, is this one, You Shall Know Our Velocity, also from my book crawl with my sister. I didn't know at all what it was about, except that the title and the cover were intriguing to me. But I now know that it's basically about, well, first of all, it takes place, or starts at least, in the Midwest. The characters are from the Midwest, which I appreciate. But it is, I guess, about these two friends. They lost their third, like, best friend in their trio some months ago, and somehow, we don't really know how, the main character, the narrator, has come into like a large sum of money. He has like $38,000, and he feels like he just wants to get rid of it, like kind of like it's weighing on him. So he and his friend decide to travel the world. His friend can get off of work for a week, so they're gonna go for 1 week and travel as much of the world as they can and get rid of all the money. So yeah, I liked the writing style so far, starting at the beginning, but I've obviously barely read any, so hopefully it stays good. I guess wrap up, I read the Star Wars book, Soviet Milk. I read something else, but I reorganized my bookshelf. Oh, Sunburn was the other one that I finished. Oh, The Glass Castle. 4 books. Yeah, most of them were pretty good. I do have one other update that I wanted to give, and that is that I think I included some footage maybe of me working on this, but I started a junk journal, I guess, and I've made a few pages, so I'll like overlay, I guess, my voice with different footage for this. My first page is my just tea stub page, because I've been drinking a lot of tea recently and I never really did before. And I saw someone else do this. They had like multiple pages in a journal of tea stubs. I was like, wow, that's a lot of tea. But now that I've been drinking tea every day, it really doesn't seem like that much. Then I made like a true junk journal page with just some receipts and plant labels and some more tea stubs in there. And then of course I had to make a Marauders themed page. I had this sticker book from when I was probably like 11 years old of a bunch of Harry Potter stickers. So I had like the werewolf and Remus and Sirius and Scabbers and the Marauders map and Sirius's Azkaban poster. The fat lady too, I think, is a really pretty sticker. And I just have I have a list of fan fictions, the most popular ones on AO3, of course. My last page that I actually just made today is just some recent stuff from my life. A Scrabble game that I played, some receipts from food, one of the slips from trivia that I went to with my aunt and my mom and my sisters. I'm just happy to be doing something a little bit more creative again, because I think that's important, I guess. That's all, I guess. I think I'm gonna end the vlog here because I think I have enough footage that it'll be a decently long vlog anyway. That's all. I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Come on, Banks. Come here. Come here.